Friends, when light energy in the form of photons or particles strikes a metal piece with sufficient energy, then electrons are ejected or emitted from the surface of the metal. This effect is known as photoelectric effect or photoelectric emission. Now let's see how this happens. A figure is shown here where a metallic piece is taken. Also a source of light is present over here. When light is allowed to incident on the surface of the metal, then electrons from the surface of the metal gets ejected. Fine. These electrons are known as photoelectrons because these are ejected by the action of photons. Now the question arises that light of any energy can eject the photoelectrons from the surface of the metal. So the answer to this question is no. Basically, each metal has its certain work function. This work function is nothing but the minimum energy which is required by the electrons present in the surface of the metal to get ejected from its surface. Fine. So the quantum energy or the frequency of the photons must be either equal or greater than this particular work function in order to have photoelectric effect. Friends, certain laws are associated with the theory of photoelectric effect. So let's move further in order to understand the three laws of photoelectric effect. We have recently discussed the first law, which states that photoelectrons are emitted or ejected by the surface of the metal only when the frequency of incident radiation becomes either equal or greater than the work function of the metal. Here, phi represents the work function of the metal, h is the Planck's constant, and f is the frequency of the incidenting photon. And we have already discussed the reason behind this particular law. So now, let's move further towards our second law. Hence, this law states that the number of photoelectrons emitted per second by the metal surface is directly proportional to the intensity of incident radiation, as one incidenting photon on the metal can eject only one electron from its surface. The third law states that the kinetic energy of photoelectron is independent of the intensity of incident radiation, but it is dependent on the frequency component of the light. Now the question arises, what is this kinetic energy? So we know that sometimes the energy of the photon is more than the work function of the metal. So the extra energy is utilized by the emitted electron as its kinetic energy. Friends, with this effect, Einstein's photoelectric equation is associated. So now, let's have a look towards that. We know that quantum energy is the energy of light particle. Okay, and it is given by W is equals to h into f. Here, h is the Planck's constant and f is the frequency of incidenting photon. This we have already discussed. The value of this Planck's constant is nearly around 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. Also the work function of the metal, which is denoted by phi, is given as h into f naught, and this f naught is the minimum frequency which is required to cause photo emission. This f naught is sometimes termed as threshold frequency of the metal. Also, the kinetic energy of photoelectron is given by the difference between quantum energy and work function. So basically, the kinetic energy of photoelectron is nothing but the extra energy which is achieved after subtracting the work function from quantum energy. So on substituting the value of quantum energy and work function in this particular equation, we will get kinetic energy is equals to hf minus hf naught. Also we know kinetic energy is given by half mv square. So substituting this value also, we will get half mv square is equals to hf minus hf naught. On transposing quantum energy to LHS and kinetic energy to RHS, we will get this particular equation, and this equation is known as Einstein's photoelectric equation. So this is all about photoelectric effect.